Have you ever taken time to think about how we use light to communicate? And I'm not just talking about old school Morse code. No, we use it even in our modern day-to-day life. Think about your drive to work. Have you ever come up to an intersection that normally flows freely, only to discover that it's all backed up? And as you approach the intersection, you find that the traffic lights out. That was the cause. It's frustrating, but when you take time to think about it, it's amazing that it works so effectively that the traffic light can make a clear, clean signal and have it all timed, and the drivers understand that, mostly. And this is a beautiful way to communicate who can go and who needs to stop. Maybe an efficient way rather than a beautiful way, unless you just love efficiency. Anyway, I digress. We have taken this idea and made great use of it. But you know what? We're not the first ones to do that. In fact, more than 2,000 years ago, God used light, a bright shining star, to signal the coming of his son Jesus as the newborn king. Welcome to this Bible Anytime devotional. My name is Enoch. I'm so glad that you're joining me. There are so many interesting things about the story of the Magi. Their journey, the gifts they bring. But what really grabbed my attention the last time I read through this passage was the purpose for their journey. We find that in Matthew 2, verse 2. When they get to Jerusalem, they go around searching for this king, and they ask, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." Not the normal response when you go to see a king, is it? And yet they understood that the star in the sky signified a king so important that their response is to come and adore him. But Jesus isn't in Jerusalem. That's where you would expect the King of the Jews to be born, in the capital city, but he's not there. And so they eventually get some guidance from Herod through the religious leaders, or maybe backwards. They get some guidance from the religious leaders through Herod to go and search for Jesus, this newborn King of the Jews, in Bethlehem, because that's where God's Messiah is supposed to be born. And so they set out. They go to Bethlehem. And they find him. Picking up at verse 10. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. So even though Jesus isn't where they thought he'd be, and even though Jesus isn't born to the people they thought he would be, they still worship him. So this Christmas, like the wise men, let's take time to search for Jesus, to see him for who he is, and to worship him. I hope this Bible Anytime devotional has been a blessing to you. May you go in God's grace and in his peace. Bye for now.